Have you ever felt like your thoughts and words aren't just fleeting expressions, but actual architects of your life? Like there's maybe a powerful, unseen current shaping your reality based on, what you put out there.
Indeed, yeah. The profound principles we're exploring in this deep dive suggest a direct, almost undeniable connection between what you believe, what you say, and what you ultimately experience. Our source material today is Your Word is Your Magic Wand by Florence Scovel Shinn. It's a classic text, really, that has influenced generations with these very ideas.
Right. And our mission here is to extract the most important nuggets of insight from this fascinating work. Give you a shortcut, basically, to understanding how to consciously harness these powerful, unseen forces in your own life. We're looking for those aha moments, the ones that can truly transform your perspective. So let's jump right into the core concept then. This idea that your word truly is your magic wand.
Exactly.
The source tells us quite directly what you speak will become reality, and whatever you utter, you attract. And this isn't just about positive affirmations you say out loud, is it? It seems more about the deep, often unconscious narratives we carry.
That's a huge part of it. It suggests our internal monologue is a powerful active force, not just some background noise.
Oh, okay.
What's truly insightful here is the unwavering consistency of this principle. The text implies it's not a selective law that only works sometimes,
Ah, right.
but a constant creative process happening whether you're aware of it or not, which, demands a radical level of accountability for our inner world and our spoken word.
Accountability, yeah.
Every word, every thought, it carries an energy that actively draws its likeness into your experience.
So, okay, how does this actually play out day to day? The text gives examples, right?
It does, yeah, vivid ones. It mentions people who constantly talk about illness.
Uh-huh.
And as a result, the text says, in the end, they will attract it to themselves.
Wow. That's stark.
It is. It's a reminder that even, casual complaints or worries can be incredibly potent.
And conversely, positive words attract positive outcomes.
That's exactly what it implies. Consistently positive, health-affirming language would naturally attract positive outcomes. It presents a very clear, almost scientific cause and effect.
Okay.
So the crucial question this raises is, are you truly aware of the creative power residing within your everyday language? The text really emphasizes that what you speak, you attract, reinforcing the idea that your consciousness is constantly manifesting your dominant thoughts and words. It suggests that our internal dialogues and the words we choose, well, they're quite literally building the framework of our external world.
Okay, so if our words are so powerful, what's the engine? What's driving that magic, according to Shinn?
Well, this deep dive points to two incredibly powerful allies: unwavering faith and the immense capacity of your subconscious mind.
Faith in the subconscious. Okay.
Yeah. The source speaks of an infinite spirit or higher self. Shinn posits this as an ever-present internal guidance system, always aligned with your highest good and perpetually ready to fulfill desires.
And the subconscious, how does that fit in?
The text describes your subconscious mind as a faithful servant
Faithful servant, okay.
that without any doubt executes your commands. It explains that whatever instructions get impressed upon it, consciously or unconsciously, well, they'll be carried out in your life.
So it just does what it's told.
Basically, yes. Crucially, it's not a discerning servant. It simply acts on what you give it. That makes our conscious input incredibly vital.
Right. And this connects to other spiritual ideas too, doesn't it? The text mentions some familiar phrases.
It does, yeah. It echoes powerful statements, drawing from well-known spiritual wisdom like, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. And even more directly, whatever you ask for when you pray, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours.
So it's presented not just as religious sentiment, but like a universal law of manifestation.
Exactly. That's the context here.
And how does faith play into this acting as if idea?
Right. To connect this to the bigger picture, the text urges you to act as if you have already received it.
Act as if?
Yeah. Think of that powerful analogy Shinn uses. Digging ditches for rain, even when there are no clouds in the sky.
Oh, right. I remember that.
That preparation is an act of active faith. It signifies belief that the rain will come, even without visible signs. You're not just wishing, you're preparing the ground for the manifestation.
So it's not just passive wishing. It's about embodying the reality before it appears.
Precisely.
The source explicitly states, a person can only possess the land they can see,
Meaning.
meaning they can visualize it in their mind's eye. If you can't mentally grasp it, the text suggests it simply won't materialize.
It's about that internal clarity, that mental image.
Is it just about seeing it or something more fundamental about belief itself?
I think it's deeply tied to belief. The visualization reinforces the belief, makes it feel real to the subconscious.
Okay. We've talked about actively creating our reality. Now, let's flip that coin. Let's talk about resisting what's already here. That feels, well, often counterintuitive.
It really does.
Have you ever noticed that the more you fight something, the more it seems to persist? I know I've definitely found myself in situations where trying to push something away only, I don't know, glued it to me more firmly.
Absolutely. That's a common experience.
And this deep dive reveals a profound truth here. Resisting a situation often attracts it to you.
Right. What's fascinating is the text's assertion. As long as a person resists a situation, it will be attracted to them.
Okay.
But if they try to escape a situation, they will always be in that situation.
Always be in it. Wow.
Yeah. It's powerfully illustrated by that story of the student who tried to escape a debt scenario, only to find himself constantly encountering it until he stopped resisting. He just sort of allowed the situation to unfold without that internal fight.
And the resistance itself was keeping the debt alive in his experience.
That's the implication. His internal resistance ironically perpetuated it.
Okay, this next concept. It really reshapes how we view conflict, I think. The source presents a truly transformative approach for dealing with perceived enemies or negative situations. It says, love your enemies and do good to those who hate you and pray for those who curse you.
Which is, yeah, pretty radical.
It's a radical shift from how many of us instinctively approach conflict. How practical is this in real-world scenarios, according to the text?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the text claims that charity and good wishes destroy the enemy.
Destroy the enemy.
And as a result, there will be no enemy.
Okay, so it's not about fighting them.
No, it implies the negativity isn't confronted directly, but rather neutralized when you shift your internal state. It's an internal job.
I see.
It also connects to that wisdom, do not judge and you will not be judged. Do not condemn and you will not be condemned. Suggesting what you send out, you receive back.
So you change your own internal frequency and that dissolves the perceived opposition.
That's the core idea. You take responsibility for your side of the energetic equation.
Fascinating. Okay, so beyond resistance, the text also lays out this profound universal principle for abundance and flow.
Yes, the law of karma and the law of increase.
Right, stating unequivocally that man receives back what he gives. It presents life as a continuous loop of giving and receiving.
And the question this raises is, are you truly open to receiving? Are we truly open?
Good question.
The text asserts that God's plan is the only plan for man, and that this divine plan is always one of increase, not decrease.
Always increase.
Which implies that abundance is your inherent right. It's the natural state of things, constantly seeking to expand.
The material gives a powerful lesson here, doesn't it? That story about the woman who won money.
Oh, yes. She won a large sum, but instead of spending it, she hoarded it.
Hoarded it.
Until her hands stopped working,
Yeah.
and her property had to be entrusted to others. She literally couldn't receive anymore because she wouldn't let go.
Wow, that's quite literal.
And as strike contrast, there's the story of the woman who gave away just $1. And the same day,
Yeah.
immediately received $500.
It's not just about money, though, is it? I mean, we see this with opportunities, too. If you cling to outdated skills out of fear, you might literally hoard your potential until those skills become obsolete.
That's a great parallel. It applies across the board. What's fascinating here is the lesson on fearless giving.
Fearless giving.
The text states, when a person spends freely and fearlessly, the way is opened for money to return, because God gives more than is received, and his blessings are boundless.
So holding on out of fear actually blocks the flow.
Exactly. It illustrates that holding on to resources, time, money, energy, whatever, out of fear actually blocks the flow of abundance. Giving freely is an act of deep faith in the universal supply.
These are such profound concepts. But how do we actually do this? What's the practical blueprint for integrating these powerful ideas into everyday life?
Well, the text is quite clear. It states, the best and most necessary thing is to start your day with the right word.
Start the day right.
Yeah, this isn't just, a feel-good exercise. It's a conscious act that sets the tone for your subconscious mind. You're imprinting it with positive instructions for the day.
Like affirmations.
Exactly. The source provides powerful affirmations for daily use. For wealth, things like, God is my inexhaustible supply. Money comes to me from everywhere by righteous means
Okay.
for improving conditions. Any work not decreed by God will disappear. And I now release this burden to God and release myself. Or, for the right work, I have wonderful work with wonderful compensation.
These feel like conscious commands to that faithful servant subconscious we talked about.
That's precisely how they're presented.
Okay, so it's about consistent intentional focus then. There's that story about the student who left tasks unfinished, right?
Yes, that's a powerful one. Her life reflected this pattern of incompletion. She even said, it's really like that. I often start things and never finish them.
Uh-huh. I think many of us can relate to that.
Probably. The text says she decided then and there to go home immediately and finish a task she'd started weeks before.
And the result.
Her desire immediately manifested.
Wow. Okay, I confess, my digital desktop is kind of a testament to this unfinished tasks principle. The idea of literally manifesting clutter because of it is, yeah, that's a pretty strong motivator.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This raises an important question. Are you completing what you start? The text explains that the subconscious mind, as that faithful servant, it adapts to habits. So consistently leaving things unfinished means your subconscious mind has become accustomed to leaving tasks unfinished.
It learns the pattern.
Exactly. But completing them aligns your inner world with your outer desires. It tells your subconscious that you are a finisher and that you're ready to receive the completed outcome.
Ready to receive. Okay, we've covered so many powerful laws here. The creative power of words, the force of non-resistance, the principles of giving. But this deep dive culminates in what the source calls the ultimate, the foundational principle, the most transformative force of all.
Love.
Yes, love. The text states simply, love one another.
But it clarifies this, doesn't it? It's not just emotion.
Right. It clarifies that true love liberates one from oneself and is without expectation or desire for return.
Without expectation.
This kind of love isn't transactional, it's a state of being. A complete circle that doesn't demand anything back, which, paradoxically, opens the door to receiving.
There's that poignant story, the one about the woman whose husband, captain, left her.
Yes, a very moving story. She was heartbroken. But instead of praying for him to return to her, specifically,
Right.
she prayed for his divine path and for his highest good, truly wishing him well and asking for him to be on the right path, wherever that might lead him.
That's remarkably selfless, especially in the face of deep pain.
It really is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, what happened?
Well, a short time later, her husband contacted her, deeply excited, saying a miracle had happened.
And he eventually returned to her, changed.
Yeah. The text explains, when you become a complete circle and desire nothing, your soulmate will be attracted to you.
A complete circle, desiring nothing.
It contrasts sharply with another story in the text about a woman who constantly criticized her husband and consequently lost him. It really demonstrates the profound impact of negative thoughts versus selfless love and alignment.
So when you release control and give freely, the universe responds in kind.
That seems to be the core message.
Wow. What an incredible exploration. The power of our words, our faith, that paradoxical law of non-resistance, the abundant principles of giving, and ultimately the transformative force of love. It really feels like a complete roadmap for conscious creation.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ultimately, what stands out here is that every individual has an inherent right to abundance, health, and joy.
An inherent right.
Simply by aligning their thoughts and actions with these profound universal laws. As Shinn puts it, your divine self desires perfection, which is your divine right.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? How will you begin to consciously align your daily words, your beliefs, your actions with this magnificent truth? How will you claim your inherent right to a life of abundance and peace? Perhaps by starting with just one intentional word today, or maybe one act of fearless giving, something to think about.